If you experience any kind of lag when you're using OBS, whether that's through recording or streaming, here are some things that you can do to try to reduce that lag and CPU usage. Now, you don't need to do all of these things. I will just try one by one and then keep testing as you go through this process. But the first thing that I want you to do is that whenever you open up OBS, I want you to right click on it and right click on OBS Studio and run as administrator. This is going to be super important because what this does is that it tells your computer to prioritize OBS and give it as many resources as possible. Once you open it up as an admin, you want to come here to where it says settings. You want to go to advanced and you want to make sure that the process priority is on high or above normal. Again, we want to just tell the computer to give us as many resources as it possibly can. So that's going to be the first thing that you can potentially do. And that should automatically already start to improve the lag and CPU usage of OBS here for you. So once you've done that, the other thing that you can do that's really easy fix is to right click on this main window. Once you have all your overlays set up, all your scenes, and you kind of are very familiar with what's going on, that you don't need to physically see what's happening in OBS, I encourage you to right click on this main screen and remove enable preview. Just by doing that, you're going to see a massive drop in your CPU usage because no longer are you having to display and output, whether it could be recording or streaming, what is in the center here. Okay, so those are already two things that should dramatically change what's happening in OBS. Now let's go ahead and tap into a few setting things here. So if you come here to settings, what I want you to do is I want you to come here to where it says output. And it's super important whether you're streaming or recording, the encoder that you're using matters. Okay, so if you have multiple options like I have here, then you want to make sure you use the NVIDIA NVENC H.264. If you only have X264, then you want to make sure that you have this set at very fast. Again, these are some of the things that matter when it comes to streaming and recording. And again, these settings matter here for streaming as well. Same thing as the encoders. You can see here, this is the one that I want to utilize because what this does is that it takes the pressure off of my CPU and puts it on my GPU, allowing it to be able to handle that. Now, if you're on Mac, some of this stuff doesn't really matter, but just let me know in the comments and then I'll make a video specifically for Mac on what you need to do on OBS to kind of reduce lag. But let's keep moving here, right? So these are just an order process that you kind of want to start going through. Now, before I go ahead and change any more of your settings in OBS, what I want to do is I want to jump into your PC settings because these are some things that you can go ahead and adjust. So the first thing I want you to do is to right click on your window and click on display settings. What I need you to do is I need you to come down here to where it says graphics, okay? And I want you to scroll down till you find OBS Studio. Once you have OBS Studio here, I want you to click on and I want you to go to GPU performance. I want you to have it on high. Make sure that that's true because if you have it on power saving, then again, you're not getting as many resources being sent over to the OBS. Then, since we're here in this window here as well, on the left-hand side, right behind my camera, there's going to be a section called gaming. You want to come to where it says game mode. You want to make sure you have this off, okay? Because again, this is going to reduce kind of the double usage of support that's being utilized from the OBS and the PC as well, okay? So again, doing those things there already is going to give you a massive boost of improvement when it comes to OBS Studio. And like I mentioned, you don't need to do everything that I'm showing you here. Just try some and then see which one works. That way you're not just destroying all of your settings. Then here's a quick little hack that I want to show you guys, because a lot of the times when you're lagging, it can come down to the fact that you have too high of a resolution. So if you're streaming or recording at 1080, 60 frames per second, and you're experiencing too much lag, then here's what I encourage you to do. I encourage you to bump this down to 720, 1280 by 720, and you can first start out by leaving it at 60 frames per second, especially because you're gaming. But again, most people are going to be watching your content or your stream through mobile. having it at 720 will dramatically reduce the amount of usage that you have on your computer, especially when you're streaming or recording, and you're not going to see a massive loss of quality. Now, if you're like, hey, I really don't want to drop down to 720, if you're gaming, it's really hard to drop down to 30 frames per second, but you can go ahead and try it out to see if you can put this at 1080 and then put 30 frames per second. Otherwise, I encourage you to do 720, 60, because that's already going to give you a much, much better experience when it comes to your computer and what you're using to be able to game. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Here's another thing that I want you to consider. When you're capturing your game, if you're bringing it into OBS Studio, you want to make sure that you do not use display capture as the option. You want to make sure that you utilize game capture to be able to get the best experience out of it. Okay, so that's kind of like the first thing you want to be able to do, because display capture is a little bit heavier. It takes more resources to be able to go ahead and process, whereas the game capture is more optimized for capturing the game, which is, again, if we're optimizing OBS to be able to perform as best as possible, you're going to get smoother recordings and you're going to get smoother streams. Okay, so that's going to be the first thing that you want to make sure that you do. Then, as always, the biggest thing that you want to make sure is that if you're going to go ahead and be having multiple apps open, make sure that you close whatever you don't need. If you don't need Discord open, close it. If you don't need your Google Chrome open or Edge, close it. Any apps that you don't need to be utilizing, you want to be able to close them. So let me show you the settings that I'm utilizing to be able to stream and record on my OBS. That way you can kind of mirror it or at least make some actual tweaks. So if I come here to settings and I go to output and I go to streaming, these are some of the things that you want to also take into account, because your stream output matters also in correlation to your internet speed. So the first thing is the encoder, right? We want to have it at H.264 NVIDIA NVENC. Then here for the bit rate, right? You want to have it at constant bit rate. Now, again, most places are going to need maxed 6,000. Okay, this is going to be more than enough for you to be able to go ahead and have a smooth quality stream, whether that's at 1080p 60 frames per second or even 720, 30, or 60. Okay, keyframe intervals, you want to have this at 2. And then the preset, this is always going to be a great way to be able to reduce lag and reduce CPU usage. So the closer you are to P7, the more resources and strain you're going to use, right? And a lot of the times you're not going to see a dramatic increase in quality by doing that. So if you stay somewhere in P4 or P3 or even dropping into P2, you're already going to see a massive drop in usage, but you're not going to see a massive drop in quality. So that's something that I would come in here and adjust or just test around with to see if that truly helps, right? So again, I can come here and use P4, tuning, high quality, multi-pass mode, 2 passes, profile high, look ahead, adaptive quantization. I typically like to keep look ahead off because again, it just requires more resources, and I'll keep adaptive quantization on, brief frames 2, and then I'll apply that. Okay. Now, when it comes here to the recording, same actual process. If you're recording the content in here, what's going to matter the most when it comes to recording content is going to be a lot of the video, number one, right? So if you're doing like trying to record 4K content, this is going to matter as well. So sometimes you may have to lower the FPS first before you lower the canvas. But then on the output, you also want to make sure that you have the right settings here. So again, I'm going to go here with NVENC H.264. Okay, I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to use constant bit rate. Now for this is not so much about your internet speed. This is about how high of a quality do you want. If you want a good, crispy 1080p recording for yourself without straining your PC too much, then you can have this anywhere between 18 to 20,000. Okay, is where I put it. Again, it's going to try to keep the file size as small as possible, but that's something to kind of keep in mind. If you're trying to go 4K, that's going to require a way higher bit rate. But then I would follow these steps here: 2 frames intervals, preset, tuning, high quality, multipass 2. It'll be the same kind of settings that you have. The one thing you do want to make sure you do is here, you have the option to be able to record an MP4. I encourage you to record an MKV. because if OBS crashes, you'll be able to save that recording. Okay. Now, these are going to be some of the things that I would start by doing to reduce the lag and CPU usage on my OBS Studio. One of these, by you trying it, is going to improve the experience that you're going to go ahead and have. But if you want to be able to know the 7 tools that I went ahead and discovered that made streaming so much easier, I encourage you to watch this video right here where I break those tools down. I'll see you in the next one.